this is Lori from Cruising for Treasure. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Wow, I had so many sales yesterday. It's amazing. And then sales on Wednesday. I totaled it up and I had $875 worth of sales to go out today. That's across, I had sales on all 4 platforms. So eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook. So, and the $875 is not even including what buyers on eBay paid for shipping. So it's entirely possible that my total was more in the $950 to $1,000. I don't know if I've ever had that much on a platform, like across all platforms in one day. Because if you've watched my videos before, and I will quickly get to the sales, but if you've watched my videos before, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 children, and we are very busy in our church and our school, so I don't have a ton of time to devote to reselling. So I'm not like a massive reseller. So to hit almost that much in one day on a holiday, it's just blows my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna get right to the sales. I do hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, a wonderful, relaxing day with family. We actually did. I have a huge family. A lot of my family lives in the area, and oddly enough, this year, it was just me and my husband and our children. No one else. It was a little weird, to be honest. A little strange, a little different experience. The kids were like, what is happening? Can we invite somebody over? Which we tried, but they ended up getting sick. So anyway, it was wonderful. And then my husband actually went with me Black Friday shopping this morning, and it was amazing. We had such a great time, got tons of gifts for our kids. And then as we left, we saw all the people. We went shopping at the we have a really nice outlet center near us, and as we left, we saw all these cars lined up. It was ridiculous. I cannot even imagine. They had to have waited at least an hour just to get into the parking lot. And then once you get to the stores, by the time we left, there were lines at every store that would have taken you 30 to 45 minutes just to get through the line to check out. I can't handle that kind of shopping. Not anymore. When I was younger, I could. Not anymore. Anyway, on to my sales. Here we go. We're going to start with, let's see, what do we have accessible here? Okay, 2 Facebook Marketplace sales. First is this Lionel train. It's not new in the package, but it is in the original box, which for collectors, that's important. And that sold for $27, and then they pay shipping on Facebook. So I have decided that I like trains that are in the package. They don't have to be new or whatever, but it just makes things easier. It's easier to store. I don't know. I go back and forth on what I like with trains. There is certainly money to be made, but I don't know. Anyway, a White House ornament sold for $10. I live in the area, so we live outside of DC in Virginia, and so I come across these all the time. And around here, they're hugely popular. So if I find them for a decent price, I pick them up. Sold for $10. This time of year, I do tend to sell a lot of ornaments. So, all right. Next, on Poshmark, I had 3 sales yesterday on Poshmark. This was the first one. This brand I had never heard of before, but it was sold at Neiman Marcus. Adrienne Landau, and it's a natural rabbit fur. And it's just like a little stole that you put around, and it clips and like that. And so pretty. That's so soft. $35. So that's pretty good. New with tags. That came in a lot from an online auction, actually. Okay, next. This also was from an online auction, and I'm very happy to get this out the door. New with tags. Unique Moments by Felina. This sold for $27. I have had this. I won this in a lot from an online auction. I bought her the woman's contents of her lingerie drawer. Just her lingerie drawer. one drawer for $200. I was nervous until I got there, just because the pictures don't always show everything. But I assumed if everything underneath that top layer was the same as what was on the top layer, it would be a really fun, phenomenal deal. And I was right. There were easily 50 to 100 bras new tags. I ended up making well over $2,000 already. And I still have, I don't know, I probably have about 10 bras left to sell. And there were new and used. But everything I'm selling now is just pure profit. So, okay, next up is Pampered Chef. This sold on Poshmark, and this sold for $20. And this is just a fluted pie plate, really cute with the, I need to wipe that down. $20. You know, sometimes you pick things up from people's estates and they've just been sitting in cupboards for years, depending on, you know, who it was, if they were older and weren't cleaning or baking or cooking or whatever. Okay, next I sold which set is this? I think it's this one. Lego Marvel Superheroes Captain America. Yes, this set, it's not complete, but it sold for $30. And on Mercari, I pay the shipping. So assuming that they don't live in California, please don't live in California, I should do pretty well with that. And again, I got that in a lot. I got 3 Lego sets and I paid $7 total. I've already sold one set for $40. And then I sold this one, and then I'll show you the other one in a minute because that also sold. Okay, now this is another thing that I sold on Mercari for $85. This is a Steinbach nutcracker. Always check the bottom of your nutcrackers at the thrift store. If it's signed, if it is Steinbach or Christian Ulbricht, you absolutely must get it. And if it's made in Germany, you must get it. It is valuable. So this guy sold for $85. He is so cute. It says "Cheerio, my love," and it's he's like a pilot. So it's just so cool. And you can, if you just look at them, the workmanship on these is just tremendous. All of the materials used are top notch. And actually the Ulbricht ones are better than the Steinbach, but still very cool. Okay, so that's what sold on Mercari, and now I will show you eBay's sales. All right, so the first one, I picked this up at Sierra, which, if you don't know, Sierra is the outdoor version of TJ Maxx and Marshall's, that type of store. So they have more outdoorsy brands, workout gear, that sort of stuff. I just love that store. I always check the clearance, and I found this one in the middle of the summer, and it was $29, and I sold it on eBay for $129.99. It did take about a year to sell, but this is the brand Cuse. I don't know exactly how you pronounce that. It's a very high-end brand for outerwear, so if you ever see it, grab it. This is the second coat I have been lucky enough to find, and obviously it sells for great profit. So $129.99 is what that sold for. All right, next I sold another postcard. So we like selling postcards. And this one is Baton High School, Elizabeth, New Jersey. This is unposted, but it does have writing on the back. And that sold for $3, and they paid shipping. Now, I don't think I've said before, but with postcards, you can use the eBay first class label because it's 1 or 2 ounces. Now, you do want to make sure you're using the correct type of envelope. I ordered mine off of Amazon. I know some people use the cardboard ones that eBay provides, or like that you can use your seller discount in their store for the eBay branded ones. Those are not appropriate ones to use. The Amazon sells a, I don't know if it's a 4x6 envelope. Anyway, it's a thicker paper, but it's not stiff, and that's the requirement. It cannot be super stiff. It has to be able to bend through the machines because that's how they sort it. So those postcards will ship for the 1 ounce rate, which is 67 cents. So that's what the buyer pays. Off it goes. $3. Next is this cute Chico's belt, which is adjustable. It has this cool thing. No, I can't do it. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Anyway. And then it has that interesting clippy do there. Kind of cool. And that's sold for $12. So I did have a sale. I do have a sale running in my store. So you're free to check out my store if you would like. I have the link in my description. I have about half of my store is marked down 35% off. And then whenever anybody has been putting their items on their watch list, I go and I send them an offer that's another $1 or $2 off. And I've gotten several sales that way. That was one of them. So that sold for $12. And then this was a full price sale. This is a vintage perfume, Samsara, new in the box. Oh, that's strong. Wow, we're gonna close that back up. That sold for $39.99 for that tiny little bottle. I know, right? $39.99. Now, I did get that in a lot, and I think in another episode I said I got it for $13, but I actually got it for $9. And I averaged out the cost of each item in the lot was $9. So $9 into 40. Absolutely. Okay, this is the shining star of my sales yesterday. I was so excited. I was doing a happy dance. These beautiful earrings, they really are gorgeous. I wish I was the type of girl who had events to go to where it would not look ridiculous for me to wear these. The brand is Trifari, and this is from their Jewels of India line. Absolutely stunning. These are in perfect condition. No stones or jewels are missing. The pair of these, and these are pierced earrings. A lot of the ones from this line were clip, but these are pierced. I had them listed at $400, and I ended up taking an offer yesterday for $300. Mainly because $400 was just a shot in the dark, and there were none others currently listed. The last pair that sold on bids for $371. So it's entirely possible that they may be worth way more. But get this, I got them in a lot of earrings, and I literally paid at most $2 a pair. So I want to honor the value of these, absolutely. Which is why I accepted the $300 offer, and I did not counter. I had gotten offers before for $150, $200, even $250, and I really didn't want to accept those because, they are valuable. So $300, and they are going out the door, and I just can't even believe it. And no, I had no idea what they were when I saw them. I saw the Trifari, but then when I was looking for Trifari on eBay, I couldn't really come up with anything, so I did a Google Lens search, and that's what I came up with. I couldn't believe it at first. I was just in shock. Okay, another sale from my sale is this coat. Now I've had this, I actually looked it up. I bought this exactly 2 years ago today. So it sold 2 years after I bought it. This is starter jacket, which is the vintage starter jackets, the puffy ones. These were a big deal when I was a younger person. And they're still a big deal. This sold for $90.99. Now, again, like I said, I live in Northern Virginia. Redskins, it's a big deal here. Yes, they changed the name to Commanders. That's a whole big nonsense that I won't even go into now. They want to change it back. They're being sued to change it back. And it's actually Native Americans who are suing them to change it back. Whatever. Redskins memorabilia still sells. It's not disrespectful. So this sold for $90.99, and it's probably going to someone who wants to wear it to a game. Because it's a massive coat, and that will keep them nice and comfy and cozy. Okay, another ornament. And this one is Hallmark, new in the package, Baby's First Christmas from 2020. And I got this at a Hallmark store that was closing, and I got it for $1. So I am happy to see that go out the door. That sold for $8. So not too shabby. Okay. Let's see, Popeil Brothers, P-O-P-E-I-L Brothers. And this is a donut maker. And this sold for $7. This was another sale from my sale, as was the Hallmark ornament. So they put it in their watch list. I sent them an offer for another $1 or $1.50 off, and then they accepted it. So $7. This I got from an online auction, actually from an estate of a lady, very sweet lady, who was a member of our church. And I think that's where this one was from. Anyway, so it came in a huge lot of a whole bunch of other things. I really have pennies into it. So $7 plus shipping. All right, and then here's that other Lego set that I was talking about. This is the Ghost Rider Team Up, and this one ended up being complete, and this sold full price for $39.99 plus shipping. So I gotta tell you, that was a good return on my investment. Basically $110, $7 into $110. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If everything could be like that, $2 into $300. I think I spent $12 on that Nutcracker into $85. I mean, all of these things, not all of them, some of them are more expensive than others, like $30 into $130. But you get the drift. You really want to keep tabs on what you're spending on items versus what you're making. And my brother helped me create a spreadsheet that helps me to keep tabs on the price of the item, what it sold for, and then what my fees are that come out of it, and then the shipping and everything. That way, that it's so helpful, because then you can understand when you go to a thrift store and you see the prices there, you kind of, it jogs your memory. Oh yeah, I sold that for that, and I got, 65% back, whatever it ends up being. And it just really helps you to keep tabs on your numbers, because if you don't keep tabs on your numbers and you don't know the value and you don't understand the cost of goods, then that can get you into trouble. So it's fun to just go out there and spend all the money. It's not as much fun to become more disciplined about it and actually learn this craft of reselling. This was a fun one. This actually came in the same auction pickup as the donut maker. So it's some really old Christmas wrapping paper, probably from the 60s, to be honest. And it sold for $9. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Okay. All right. I think it's his goal to sneak that in once in every video. Anyway, I don't know if the camera caught it. This sold for $9. So this is just, it's so adorable. I don't know. I really like the blue stockings. It's so cute. It says Merry Christmas. Okay, anyway. So that is what I have going out today. I have a lot of work to do to get that all packaged up. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet and you found the information today to be helpful to you, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. That would be very helpful to us. We'll be filming another pickup and a coffee show tomorrow, which will be fun. And I think that's it. I gotta go get everything packaged up, and I'm going to a Christmas concert tonight, so it's fun times. Oh, I did want to say, I also have a Facebook Marketplace order that's being picked up today. It's a Nesco food dehydrator. And my husband thinks that it's somebody who's probably making deer jerky because it's deer season around here. So, which is kind of cool. So they're going to pick that up for $40. So, and then I have another pickup scheduled for tomorrow for 2 candelabra sticks thingies for $90. So hopefully they remember to pick that up. But for Facebook Marketplace pickups, I always do, where the buyer comes, I always do porch pickup because I do not have time to go and like wait in a parking lot for someone to just not show up. To me, that's just so disrespectful. So I always have people like asking if I'll meet them halfway or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. It's porch pickup or nothing. Just because my time is just too valuable. And what I love about porch pickup is I don't have to interact with strangers. We have a Ring camera. It doesn't work, but they don't know that. And I've had well over 100 Facebook Marketplace pickups, and I've only ever had one person cheat me. And yes, it made me very upset, but it wasn't a ton of money, thankfully. But I do try to always arrange it when we're home so that, you know, we're aware of what's going on, but I do not go to the door and I do not interact with the person. So I leave the item out there and they put the cash under our mat. And then as soon as they leave, I go grab the cash and it's all cool. So that's what we do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great holiday weekend, and we'll see you next time.